Oh, man, look at that, guys. AMD is exploding after the bell, and I haven't even looked at Snap yet. We'll look at Snap here in a couple minutes and get my live reaction. And the stock market overall today was unbelievable. We had the Russell up 2.5%, NASDAQ up 1.5%, S&P up 1.5%, as the Dow went up over 1%, and we had the VIX down almost 3%. So we have to break down the markets in this video. You guys know the drill at this point. We're going to break down the charts, what happened overall, and we're going to talk about some stocks, including AMD, Snapchat, and whatever other ones that I want to cover here on the watch list. So sit back, relax. Today, guys, I have a little blast from the past. I'm actually having a Pop-Tart for the first time since I was maybe not a kid, but we have a little Pop-Tart here, so cheers to that. Cheers to the Pop-Tarts. Also, take a sip of your coffee, don't forget, and on top of that, you got to stay hydrated. So with that being said, let's dive into the video. Let's start off here with AMD. Then we'll take a look at Snap. Then we'll loop back to the markets. Then we'll talk about some other stocks. So we're doing things a little bit out of order today, but it is what it is. Let's dive into it. So AMD is up. It hit originally right after the bell, 78.57, and it closed, mind you, at $75. So once these numbers came out, it shot up 5%, and it's currently up about 3% after the bell. And you guys know I've talked about this a ton. $80 is a big level of resistance on AMD, and we're now pretty much at that point. We're testing it. We're getting to that point, and who knows, maybe tomorrow, maybe sometime later this week, we do end up breaking out of it, and this ascending triangle plays out. So let's see what they ended up doing here. They did 69 cents EPS versus the 67-cent estimate that beat, and they ended up beating on revenue, $5.6 billion versus $5.5 billion estimated. So double beat for AMD. They see Q1 revenue of $5 billion, a $5.6 billion versus $5.5 billion. That's pretty much right in line there on the guidance. Let's see anything else here. Q4 data center revenue, segment revenue, $1.7 billion, up 42% year over year. That's pretty solid. Client segment revenue is down 51% year over year. That's a pretty big drop. It came in at $903 million. I want to dig deeper into that. I wonder why that's the case. Gaming segment revenue down 7%. That came in at $1.6 billion. And, let's see here. Anything else on guidance? Looks like here that's pretty much all of the main numbers. And again, $80 is where we have to watch it technically. And full disclosure, guys, just to keep it clear here, I'm looking at this as a trade, not necessarily a long-term investment. I'm looking at this as a trade, and if it does crack $80, that's where I'm looking to take that trade. So AMD's looking pretty solid. Is NVIDIA ripping on this as well? Let's pull that up and see. It has to be, right? Maybe up a little bit. Actually, no. Is it down? Oh, no, it's down. Look at that. It initially ran up. Now it's actually down about $2 after the bell, so that's quite interesting. So let's take a look now at Snapchat. Drum roll, please. Let's take a look at Snapchat, guys. SNAP. And if it's moving crazy, I'm not going to be surprised. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, third time in a freaking row. Snapchat closed at 11.50 right now today on the day. It went up to about 11.78 in anticipation of the earnings. Then once the earnings came out, boom, look at that, under $10 a share. It went down to 9.70. That is a drop of 17%. Not quite the 40% that we saw, the previous couple quarters, which you guys can see here if I zoom in a bit. You're going to see 2 quarters ago, they were at $16.50 before the earnings, and it went all the way down 40%, 40% after that. Then the last report before this one, it was at about $11.50 before earnings. It went down to $7.30, guys. That's a drop of 35%. So the same thing happened. Investors, traders, they got a little excited before earnings. This thing ran up, and it ended up being a trap. What did I tell? Well, I don't know if I necessarily said that about Snap, but this is why I'm telling you guys, I don't buy, sell, do anything, buy options before earnings, because this could happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I'm sure there's people watching the channel, I hope not, but maybe that bought calls on Snapchat or something. Maybe there's people that bought puts and they nailed this, but that won't happen every time, let me tell you. But either way, it's pretty risky, and this thing's down 20% now, and this could potentially end up being a decent spot to actually maybe buy the dip if you're being a little bit speculative and you're banking on this being an overreaction. That's another way you can look at this. Maybe this is an overreaction, this earnings or the reaction of the earnings report, and who knows, maybe we rip right off $10 and start to make a move back to 11. That could be possible. So let's pull the live news tab up and see what they ended up doing here exactly. Let's pull it down a little bit. Looks like they did 14 cents EPS versus the 11-cent estimate, so they beat on that, and sales came in line, 1.30 billion, which in line, not bad. And Q4 daily active users were 375 million, up 17% year over year. That's actually pretty solid. Let's see here. Snap reached over 2 million paying subscriptions in Q4. Wait, what? Oh, I guess. Oh yeah, they do have a paying cert. That's right. That's right. Okay. Total time spent. For some reason, I forgot about that. Total time spent watching Spotlight content up 100%. So if you guys don't know what Spotlight is, and the only reason why I do is because I started, posting content on Snapchat. So I make these short form videos, right? You guys probably see them here on YouTube. I literally make the video and then I post it on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Literally, just right across all the platforms. And Spotlight is essentially Snapchat's version of TikTok. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there that are, the demographic here on YouTube is older. A lot of people watching are in their 40s, 50s, 30s. A lot of people on Snapchat, though, they're in their teens, right? So you guys probably don't know. You're probably not on Snapchat. But that's what it is. Essentially, it's their short form platform. It's called Spotlight. And of course, everybody and their grandma is competing with TikTok. We have IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat, Spotlight. And, that's up 100% year over year, which makes sense. I mean, it's a newer, it's newer. So it's going to be growing at big clips. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that they do have their own version of, TikTok, if you will. And I post on that. And by the way, if you guys want to follow me on Snapchat, I think my username is Stas Talks Stocks, so go look that up. I'm sure you'll find me. If not, whatever. I only have like 70 followers on there. I just started posting on there. I'm trying to reach all demographics, guys. We have the younger audience on Snap. Middle. I don't want to say middle audience. That sounds stupid. Younger, more millennials on Instagram. Than YouTube. At least my demographics, a little bit older. I don't want to say you're old, but a little bit. On the, 40, 50, 60 plus, believe it or not, there's people that are that age range watching these YouTube videos, which is awesome. I love reaching all different people, right? So that's a little side tangent there, but overall, they ended up beating EPS. They came in line on sales. Q4 daily active users up 17%. Not bad. Spotlight content up 100%. I suspect that will continue to grow. So this right now is holding the uptrend still on the 1 hour chart. But on top of that, it's a falling knife. So let's see what happens. Are we going to hold this point? We're seeing a green candle trying to form right here. Let's see if we could catch it on the video. There it is. You guys see that? Are we going to see multiple of these? Are we going to see consolidation? Are we going to start to see an uptrend or a breakout coming here? It might happen. Maybe during that conference call, that could be possible. And, for me, guys, I'm just going to wait till tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow looks like for Snapchat. So let's see what other stocks ended up moving today. Actually, no, I said we'd go to the markets after Snap. Almost forgot, guys. And really, the markets, I mean, there's nothing much to cover that's different from what we talked about earlier. But I guess one thing worth mentioning is this does look pretty good for the bulls. Honestly, it really does. We took out the highs from yesterday. You guys see that? The high yesterday intraday was 405. We took that out. We closed above it. Now it looks like we're going to go test 408, which is that high from Friday. You guys can see that. And tomorrow is the day, guys. We have the FOMC meeting, the statement. We have the press conference. All that's going to play a role here. And if, Powell's not as dovish as the market is baking in right now, this could easily turn around, which is why I've been sitting on my hands, like I've mentioned throughout the videos today. But that's we'll see how that plays out. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But yeah, the fact that we broke over 400, 405, closed above it, that's a good sign for the bulls on SPY. And on Triple Q, we took the highs out, not necessarily from, actually, no, we did. We took the highs out from intraday yesterday, which is awesome. Not the pre-market yesterday, which is fine, but we took out the intraday highs from yesterday, closed above them, and we're about a stone's throw away from the highs from Friday here on Triple Q, which were right around $298. So Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you haven't gotten your free stocks yet from Moomoo, I don't know what you're waiting for. Use that link down below or go to stassurfest.com/Moomoo and you get up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. And it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all as always. And if you want up to 12 fractional shares on top of that from Webull, another platform, use that link down below, deposit any amount of money, and you get some free money from Webull as well. So, yeah, crazy day overall for the markets today. And let's pull up Tesla and see if that bull flag played out from earlier. It doesn't look like it did. Maybe it did. Let's see. Let's pull it up. Did we break out of there? Nope, not quite yet. So it looks like now it looks more like an ascending triangle. Either way, whatever you want to call it, guys, this looks pretty bullish in the very short term. All this has to do is push through, I'd say $174. That's the intraday high from today. If we do take that out on Tesla, I'll set my alert at 174.50. If we do take that out, we could end up seeing a little bit more upside on that. Maybe a move towards, maybe towards 190, 195, maybe towards 200. That's in the cards. But it all comes down to the Fed meeting. I mean, this is going to dictate the price action in the short term, so I'm not too convinced yet until we start breaking 174.50 and especially 180, which is the most recent high for Tesla, which I'm talking about the high from a couple of days ago, right? So if we do break 180, look for that move maybe towards 195, 200. Definitely in the cards, in my opinion, at least here on Tesla. Let's see what else ended up moving today. We had Coinbase, we had Chewy. Let's pull Chewy up. This one looks pretty good. Chewy, actually, it's got to break 48. If this thing breaks 48, we could start making that move. So keep your eyes on that. Foot Locker is one that I recently saw. It played out, and we called this out, did we not? I mean, look at this. We ended up breaking over $40. We filled the gap now to the mid-40s. Did I not say this, guys? Did I not say this? I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but did I not say Foot Locker? That could happen, and of course, I'm not claiming that everything I say comes to fruition. That's not the case, right? That's not the case for anybody. But in this case, we did call this out, and it did come to fruition, right? We broke 40, filled the gap pretty much to 45. Now, if we break 45, this could be going up even higher. We have a wide open gap from 45 to about 57. I'm not saying that's going to happen in a day or two. That might never happen. I mean, it could take years, but all I know is that is the next gap after 45, which I might as well just set my alert there now. Mark is at or above. Let's do that. Mark is at or above $45 on Foot Locker. So what else? EA reported today. That's right. I was thinking in my head, what other company reported? EA. Oh my gosh, look at that. EA's down $9 after the bell. That is not good at all. This thing, percentage-wise, is down more like 7%. So let's pull the live news up and see what in the world is going on right here. So, it looks like forecast is disappointing. All right, that's probably it. It's the guidance, isn't it? So let's see here. They ended up doing, where's the number here, guys? They ended up doing, come on, I can't find it. I can't find it, guys. Bear with me. Oh my God, where is it? Looks like they did. Okay, EPS 73 cents on revenue of $1.88 billion. They see Q4 revenue of 1.7 and 1.8 billion. They see full year revenue of 7.25 to 7.35 billion. What are the estimates on that though? Because it looks like here the headline says they lowered their outlook. So either way, I mean, if the headline says that, it can't be wrong. I mean, unless it's a crazy typo. So I don't have to read to you guys the exact numbers, but EA lowering outlook, cutting guidance, that's never good. You never want to see that. Usually the stock, I mean, unless it's a crazy day, I mean, usually the stock after after guidance is cut goes down, unless it's just a weird event where guidance gets cut and then the stock goes up, which could happen if that was already priced in a way. I mean, you could argue that could happen, but most times guidance gets cut, stock tanks. And then in this case, EA is tanking. We took the lows out from a couple weeks ago. That's not good. About a month ago. And to be honest, this looks like it wants to go to the lower hundreds, maybe down to 115, maybe even under that. So EA is not looking the best right now. I'm not going to lie. That does not look that great. But on the flip side, Best Buy is starting to play out. Look at this. We called out the inverse head and shoulders and the cup and handle. You guys can see that. We're starting to take out 87. We did. I mean, now we're pushing $90. So BBY looks like it could make this move, continue this move, maybe towards the 90s. I mean, for sure, mid 90s, maybe towards $100. If we pull the year up, the yearly chart, next main resistance, I'd say, is right around 96 to about $100 a share. That's where the stock was back in April, May of last year. So keep your eyes on it, guys. Ticker symbol BBY. And heading into tomorrow, we'll wrap the video up right here. I'm expecting it to be a pretty volatile day. So for that reason, I'm going to be watching SQQQ, which you guys know I bought this on Friday, sold it yesterday, made a nice quick profit. I think almost 5% profit on that. I speculated on that a bit, made some money over the weekend, and now I expect there to be more volatility heading into tomorrow. Let's say we have a blow-off top rally, for example, heading into the FOMC statement. Maybe we kind of see a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event tomorrow. This is going to get oversold. That is where I'm trying to get at. If we see more green in the morning, SQQQ is going to hit that next leg down. It's already on its way to the next leg down, but I would like to play this if it were to hit, let's say, the mid-30s, 35, 36. I'd consider nibbling a little SQQQ there. Maybe even 37, I'd consider it if it were to get there. Kind of as a hedge, considering the markets are up so much in the past just couple days. I'd personally think that if we did get another big pop tomorrow after the FOMC statement into the earnings on Thursday, then let's say earnings come out Thursday and there's really nothing else after that, that's when I think we'd get the sell-off. I'm speculating. I mean, that's my opinion, and that's kind of where I'd like to buy SQQQ. If we get that pop here, let's say QQQ goes to 300, 305, I'd expect to pull back from there, at least in my opinion. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, and make sure to subscribe to my second channel as well, Stas Talks Money. If you haven't checked that out yet for some odd reason, go check it out. Link down below. And don't forget to get all your free stocks. Check out my Patreon. Get 50% off your first year of Seeking Alpha. All of that is linked down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.